Okay, this is day 1 of the Mafia game. 4th time I'm reading the thread. Okay, so there's 3.5 hours left in the day. So I'm just going to go check what the votes are right now. Oh, that sounds great. Just to see where people are at. Let's make this bigger for later on. That's what I like to see. That's not what I like to see. I'm just looking for a vote count. That's going to speak volumes. Oh, now there's another page. Thread.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
here we
think
go.
there's 2 votes on you and 1 on other people.
Okay, that's nothing to be worried about now. 6 people have still not voted, including Sandro, who's mysteriously absent. Okay. So that's like 7 pages. This is my last post. I'm just gonna quickly go through the next like 5 pages or slow just to see where people are at.
Hey, Tempo's back.
Yay! Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna go quickly through the next 5 pages, just kind of skim through. If there's important stuff, I could come back to it. This is Gonza talking about Holy Flare. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to go quickly through the next 5 pages, just kind of skim through. I hope that sound didn't go through. That's fine. Holy's defense almost convinced me to stop pushing him. Some stuff doesn't make sense. So to reiterate, I do like Gonza's case on Holy Flare. He's probably a good lynch. I still like a lynch on Prometheus. I'm upset that no one said anything about that. When you first posted this, I was going to drop the hammer on you. Thanks. Oh, this is Wave of Shadow. Wave of Shadow and Viscera Eyes have the same icon here, and sometimes I just look at the icon and I think one is the other. Okay. There is absolutely nothing inherently coming about my posting in the slightest. If that was true, I wouldn't make a case against you. But that's okay. I actually kind of like that he says that. I don't think Mafia really says stuff like that. I don't like people who make these statistical arguments. They're rather meaningless. It doesn't mean they're Mafia or town, but... Do I honestly feel? Yes, I do honestly feel that way. Okay. I'm reading this guy's post in particular because I feel he's a good lynch. This guy still hasn't really posted much. though he's posted a lot. I can't really, like, what has he pushed? I don't know what he's pushed. He hasn't really pushed anyone. He's just kind of been here. He's like
Yep.
hanging out in the Mafia thread, you know? Just like, I'm in the Mafia thread. I'm hanging out, talking to people. That sounds great. I really kind of like some of the things he was saying in his post, thinking back about it. He seems really, like this part in particular, it's really definitive. Just like, this is the way that things are. Makes me feel better about him. I was kind of getting the mindset that either one of him or Prometha lacks is Mafia, but not both. May need to respond to that later, but I might not. That's fine. It's kind of a strange post. I'm not going to read too much into it. That's true. He's talking about Kidman there. That's the reason I think Kidman is town.
Because he's questioning it?
Yeah, like he says, the questions seem to have a guiding thought process. And I think when I was first reading the thread, I said that about Kidman, that like he's asking the right questions, putting the town in the right direction. Yeah, that's what I wrote in my notes. Okay. Oh. Oh, well, this is gonna be good. Okay. That sounds cool. So this is the kind of post I expect from Kidman to make if he's town. That's kind of a weak vote right now. At least that's what I feel. When I checked the votes, Sandro I hadn't vote, which makes me think he's not here.
Yeah, I think it was more, hey, Sandra was contribute something.
Given that this is a small game, if Sandro was going to be gone, it's probably better to lynch him now than later. That's exactly true. That's kind of true too. Yeah, it's just like, what is this guy doing? What if he's made a post that's just like, we should kill this person? I don't think he has. That's kind of what I just said. Okay. I like these small posts. Makes it faster. Oh, look who it is. It's more generic things to say. I think Sandrobus should be posting soon, because he's like a few hours ahead of America, I think. Welcome.
So story, yeah.
Yep. Still kind of just mostly skimming. So I may need to defend myself here. Reading this stuff won't help me defend myself. I don't know how I feel about this page-by-page analysis.
Yeah,
How
it's
many
kind of
people
weird.
have voted you?
Just two.
Too.
Okay.
But there's 6 people who haven't voted, so technically I'm winning the lynch. Not that I'm worried about it that much. Be helped to clear the air. It's kind of a strange list. Especially with there. Let's look at this. See, this is why you put summaries at the end of your post, because if someone's just kind of like, I'm skimming the
Yeah.
thread, they'll instantly go and see that.
So you say his neutral on Sandra was weird because he was
Feels
the guy
weird.
who pushed Lurker lynching, right?
Yeah, like, I don't know. These 3 just don't, I don't know. It just feels weird to me. It's like, why is V here? Why is this guy here?
Oh, and he hasn't even finished reading the thread yet.
Yeah, he hasn't. It says Gonza's town. It also says
Jeez.
Marvelocity's town. There isn't much addressed in the case. If you say so. I don't know if that's true. Pretty sure it isn't. I could maybe vote for Holy Flame. This guy's just kind of tunneling now. Just looking for reasons. Like, his original reasons for voting me were, like, they made somewhat sense. Now he's just, like, he's going back, reading again, and just kind of looking for excuses. Doesn't mean he's Mafia. It probably shows that he's more town. But I usually try to stay away from that. If I have my vote on someone, I don't like to move it around very much. And I don't like to reread someone's case again and again and again on the same day. Because then you start to just, like, see things that aren't there. And confirmation bias is a really hard thing to, like, get your mind not to do. I don't think that's true, but what do I know?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
God, I hate when people do that.
Sorry, I missed something. What did he do?
Asked to be subbed out. Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna sub out, just don't say anything.
Yeah, like he makes this big post, right? And then he subs out.
You might want to respond to that.
We're back.
Okay.
So what's going through your brain right now?
So Gonzo's just kind of tunneling on me for no reason. Holy Flare wanting to sub out is... I don't know what to make of that. I probably read too much into that stuff. Some of the things he says is still kind of weird, but his mindset might not be like Mafia mindset. Or he's clearly like busy in real life, so he's not 100% focused on the game, and that might be coming out. But like the way he's like writing posts, you know, there's something off about it. I don't know if that's why. Thing is, I don't like wasting lynches, and if he flips town, it's gonna be a big waste. Okay. I hope Austin posts more. Oh, what a nice guy.
Nice guy. In Mafia?
He said it up on his name. So he's a nice guy. That's what I meant by that.
So, I know you briefly stated you might tunnel too much. Were you regarding on Holy Flare because he's getting replaced?
Yeah, sometimes I read into that too much and I'm too nice about it.
Like, I don't know. Just first glance, I saw that it was quite a bit of a post, and then at the very end, it's like, yeah, peace out. I'm getting subbed out. So,
Right, like, can you really read into that? Is it wise to read into that? That's kind of how I feel
Like-
too.
I don't know. Like, just quick glance seems like he's trying to, I don't know, like make up for something, I guess, or
OGI.
it just
Yeah.
it just feels weird. It just feels weird that he requests to be subbed out at the very end, in the
Right.
sense that
Mod
if
killing.
he's town, it's like whatever. I'm sure whoever replaces me can do a good enough job to make sure that they don't look like scum.
Well, I think if he's town, he's frustrated.
I don't. Yeah.
I didn't read the
Anyways.
post, so if there's like a genuine sense of frustration,
There could be. Let's take a look.
And again, your first instinct was not to read into it.
I think it was like, if he has real life stuff going on, he could like legitimately be frustrated with things, and that could come out in his post. Or on the other hand, he could be Mafia and trying to get subbed out for the same exact reason. And he like even posts again after it, which is a little odd, but well. Like he's clearly frustrated here. Here.
He's basically just saying you're under cognitive bias.
Yeah.
Okay, so Templar, you realize you can't get subbed into this game now, right?
What?
I don't think they would let him anyways.
I wasn't on the list anyways.
What to do?
So I'm just going to quickly respond to something B said, and I'm going to. So Gonzo's just definitely tunneling on me right now. So
So how do you deal with somebody that's tunneling on you when you know you're down?
essentially, you respond to their posts, and then you just kind of look elsewhere. The thing is, you don't want to clutter up the thread. The worst thing you could do is just respond to them on every single point you make, because all you're doing is you're becoming those two townies that argue on day one, and that
Okay.
just clutter up the thread, and that's what you want to avoid. Essentially, what I like to do is like, so like he made this nice summary post about why he thinks I'm scum, right? So I can respond to each of those points and definitely clear myself. After that, like I'm probably not going to respond to him. If someone else says something, then I can respond to them.
What if he brings up different points? Like, if he keeps bringing up different things, do you keep responding?
It depends. Like these points are like mostly like this is a good point, right? I don't know about this one. And yeah, so like some of these are like actual good points. Like on the previous page, he was just obviously tunneling. Like he was going through my posts and like picking apart sentences and words and just being like, he's Mafia doing this.
Okay.
So if he's going to bring up more points, they're probably going to be like that. It's just not worth responding to.
Good to know.
Like I don't need to convince him I'm town if I convince everyone else I'm town.
You win if you do
Yeah.
that, yeah. What about,
Really.
do you try and do the same thing if you're Mafia?
Yeah, of course. So, and also if you're trying to convince other people that they're Mafia, people make the like. Let's say I think someone is Mafia. Lots of new people make the mistake where they try to convince that person that they're Mafia. It's just like you don't convince the person that you're accusing that they're Mafia. They already know whether they are or not. You're convincing everybody else. And the same thing kind of applies here. Like if I'm Mafia, I don't need to convince I'm not Mafia if I could convince everyone else. So keeping that like in your mind will help you like defend and accuse people. Just like you only need a majority of people to be on your side, in theory. Basically, I explained why I kept my votes on Shadow. Since then, he has responded, and I what he said. So I'm quickly gonna look at the things Wave of Shadow said again. So he made this long post. he responded. Here we go. So I don't like it when people just like say stuff like this. It's pretty generic. Anyone can say it. But the thing is, like, it's actually kind of true for him because it comes across like he's really speaking his mind. Like it's seen here, entire paragraph really.
Regarding Wave of Shadows?
Yeah, this is Wave of Shadow posting. You know,
Okay.
he's being really honest.
Honest
There's nothing
things?
inherently scummy about my posting. Like that's what he truly feels, right? I can disagree with it. We can all disagree with it, but that's how he feels, right? He's being really honest.
So I think I know why Wave of Shadows never gets Mafia.
Why is that?
Because he personally requests every game to be town because he hates rolling scum, and then he complains about it to make himself look more town.
It could definitely be true. I wouldn't hold it past him. And then nobody's really noticed that he's only had one game as Mafia, so they always give him town. Could happen.
How can you tell he's being honest? Like what
So you can tell by the wordings of his sentences of just like, is he actually like speaking like his mind about what he thinks? Like, so here, just like, I'm not a big fan either. That's what he thinks. I hate being baited unless you're bad at this game. And that's all he's amounted to me. Like he's using, I guess if you want to think about it grammatically, you say stuff like, I did this and I did that. It's a positive statement, not a normative statement. If those words mean anything to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had a woefully sad Mafia game last night.
I don't suppose you won that game, did you, Story?
No, of course not. Razzle played like crap. He got lynched day one. And it's like, oh, well, if you didn't pressure him, Store, and it's like, well, how could I not pressure somebody that just sheeps all my reads and gets facts wrong? Like, it's like, oh, Kaney usually bosses a Mafia, and he was going on Pope. And it's like, well, Kaney wasn't actually going on Pope, so that's bad. And the only thing you've managed to say is Pope was weird because of one statement that Store said. And, like, that's all he said. And I guess the other thing is, he was visually annoying in the sense that he kept moving around his computer while he was defending himself. Like, he kept walking around and...
Wait, was he town
like,
or Mafia?
He was Mafia.
That's interesting.
But, like, he was moving around from room to room, and it was just very frustrating. Yeah, it was just like one of the towns was like watching you defend yourself is making me sick. Like I want to go throw up because he couldn't stand. Well, no, like he kept saying he had to move, but I'm not sure why he had to move. But
He was nervous.
I don't know, but he really was just moving around all over the place, and yeah.
Today Wednesday?
That's
Today is
correct.
Wednesday. You playing tonight, Phil?
I suppose.
Okay. Awesome. The heck?
Do. Alright, it goes to the end. Stupid Team Liquid. Fix your HTML.
When you're ever posting as town, do you worry and look at, like, say I shouldn't actually say this because it actually might read scummy, or do you just kind of just...
Nope, never do
Alright.
that, because you're probably going to change your post and then it's going to be even more scummy. It's better just to just type what you think and throw it down. And likewise, you want to do that as Mafia. I think my Mafia posting got a lot better when I started doing that as well. Just write down what you think and just go with that. I mean,
Most of the time, I try to like write posts. I like write big posts. I'm like, screw this, and I just hit post. And then whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like that kind of thing comes out. As I was saying on the first day, like a town writes a post and he hits post. A Mafia writes a post and rereads it, then hits post. Because the Mafia mindset is that I need to check through what I wrote to make sure I didn't like slip or anything. If you're town, you never worry about slipping because you're down. So I'm going to move this to Prometheus for now. But I am going to say I'm okay with this Holy Flare Lynch. They're both pretty good. So let's look at... That guy's suspicious. This guy did post a few times, but... So this is him responding to my post. Doesn't really say much. I still think his lists here are weird. I don't know. I just don't see the connections. But I don't want to read too much into that.
Okay, so you say that a lot about not wanting to read too much into things. Like, is this just like from experience?
Just from experience, and also because I don't want to like confirmation bias myself.
What do you mean by that?
So like, why do I think Prometheus is scum? So he's talking in generics, right? He's saying like, this is what we should do, right? But not actually pushing anything or trying to get it done. Second, because he hasn't really pushed anyone. He's never been like, this person is Mafia and we should kill them. Like his lists, like that's a nice list, but like where's the analysis to go along with it? Like this is him responding, not really saying much. Like here's some thoughts about why this list is there. And because like his page by page analysis is like, okay, that's great.
Kind of seems like he responds to things. Well, at the beginning at least, he like goes through the pages responding to whatever people said about him, and then when people stopped talking about him, he started listing his reads, and I think that's kind of scummy.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Like lots of times Mafia go inactive until someone mentions their name. It's like, no one's talking about me, why should I post? Right? Like, I fall into that mindset a lot, too. Just like, if I'm Mafia, lots of people catch me for it. Just like, oh, nobody's talking about me, I don't need to talk. I'll just let things happen. Instead of, like, being active. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just making this post now, and
Why do you say something about? Well, I guess it's too late, anyways. But you say you dying would answer a lot of questions, and then that doesn't happen anytime soon, and blah blah blah, all that stuff.
because what I mean by that is that, so like, this guy did nothing for the first 12 hours of the game and just made trolley post, and now he's actually here and trying to do something. Maybe not in the best way possible, because he's definitely tunneling on me from his post on the last page. And that would definitely like clear up a lot of things of like where this guy's mind is and where it's headed. Because it's definitely like this guy could be making a mafia power play here. It's definitely possible. I think he's like a pretty good player, and that he's definitely capable of just throwing town on these wild goose chases and just helping the mafia push their agenda. And I think that would clear up a lot of things. I mean, one thing it would clear up is that like his case on me is legit, which is it's obviously wrong, right? But like for the town knowledge as a whole, it would answer a lot of questions. I don't like lynching based on just like generating information. People say that a lot. It's just like us killing this, we should lynch this person for information, or like it would generate a lot of information. I really don't believe in that. You can. I think it's all right to some extent. It's just like I vote for people who are mafia. That's how it goes. I was going to say this, but I forgot to. I would still vote Holy Flare, but I'm a nice guy. Self-doubt, and I read too much doubt sometimes.
Who's he talking about?
I don't know if he's talking to me. 509. He could be talking to himself, let's be honest.
Should he be talking to Austin?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. So Parallel Worlds was a game where I was Mafia.
Do you ever, like, in trying to prevent yourself from cognitive bias, go too far, and then you actually would have had scum if you just went with it, or?
Yes, that does happen a lot. Well, not a lot, but yeah, it does happen. It's really hard to find a balance between that. I kind of want him to respond, so like some of his posts early here on, I think it was on this page. No. Some of Gonzo's posts were definitely him just like trying to
Kidman
find
just called
things.
Mafia.
Who?
Kidman just posted after you. I don't think he saw your post, though.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he hasn't seen my post.
He's saying you're scum because you don't care that people are calling you scum?
Or because he's not trying to project town, he's just
Like,
trying to scum hunt. You're not worried about your town image, you just want to scum hunt, so that's Mafia.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm misreading it.
That's what I think.
What is VE? Who's that for?
I don't know. You know it, and I know it too. I'm kind of playing to his ego here, actually, when I say that. To be honest.
What do you make
I
of
want to respond to
Kidman?
that, but
What did you make of Kidman's reason for calling you Mafia?
I mean, it makes sense, but like I just posted. Well, part of this does make sense.
Like, I mean, the
Like,
first
this
sentence.
is definitely true.
The first sentence?
This is disregard for his town image.
Is that like a Mafia
I
tell?
don't know what he's getting at there. Like, most games So, like, I disregard my town image, usually. Just like, I know I'm town. Don't need to worry about that. I don't know if he's saying that's what I do. I don't feel like I've done that this game. Second, I don't know if he's saying the opposite of that. In which case, it's probably false. So I want to look through Holy Player's filter again, just to make sure.
At one point, I forgot what
This is
post he made,
Christmas.
but he mentioned how he like didn't want to just put a random vote on somebody carelessly. But in his past games, he's done that like plenty of times. Town, or at least the one game I played with him where he was town, he did that a lot.
Did he use the words carelessly?
No, but it was definitely careless. Like he
Something
would,
like that. He said somebody. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
like it was instant majority lynch, and he would like put people at one vote to hammer
Yeah,
without any reasoning and stuff like that. But I mean, that was a troll game, so it didn't.
that's true. Like this is a different game, so maybe it's playing differently. But
Gonzo was the one that brought that up in the thread. That he said one thing about voting, or like policy lynching or voting for someone, but then didn't follow through. Or
yeah,
said
well,
the opposite thing later on.
someone like called him out, and he's like, I didn't want to put a lynch carelessly on someone or something.
Right.
I forgot where though. But it definitely was like contradicting his town play in the mini game he just played like a week ago. Where he was Scooby Doo.
I already explained this.
That was a great post. Caught Mafia on off that.
I just want to ignore this guy. Like, %, real. Have this changed. Also, until you stop. I don't like using the word tunneling because that leaves a bad taste in people's mind. Last few pages were searching.
That new wave of shadow posts reads even more towny, right? Because
This
now,
one?
like, yeah, you really know he was being honest when he thought that he wasn't like being scummy in those initial
Right.
posts.
Yeah, that's definitely a great point.
Well, we have Shadow's Mafia rolling jeans.
It's good that this guy's here posting. I really expect that this guy's Mafia that he's gonna be kind of AFK. The fact that he's like he keeps showing up to make good make posts, and that makes me feel better. Even though I haven't really looked at him like I read his posts and they feel good, but I've never like gone through his filter or looked at his past. But just knowing that he's here can mean the big difference. Like Sandro was not here, right? He died. Nobody's losing anything.
You wouldn't be okay with lynching Sandra today?
I'm kind of nice. I believe in giving people a chance. And I like
If he
Sandro
doesn't
better.
vote, he gets mod killed, doesn't he? Like if he doesn't vote.
I assume voting's mandatory. Let's.
I really doubt he's not
Might
going to
not
vote.
be.
He'll definitely get at least a warning, but
I want to respond to that. To be honest, I am quite slightly wary of him calling me town. That seems fine. As a big secret, so when I play Daily Mafia and there's people who know me who I've never played with before, if they're Mafia, they always call me town because, psychologically, they don't want me to look at them, right? So they'll be like, oh yeah, Phil is totally town.
yeah, that's true. Like, people you know are good, but you've never played with them before.
Yep. It's like you're scared of them, right? So you say that because you're scared of them.
Okay, so if that's the case, then people that are new that you haven't played before, if they're less hesitant to outright call you town, they seem more town? Or they seem less scum?
Yes. That's just a general rule.
Oh,
It usually
man.
only applies to people I've never played with before. I definitely don't use it on people who know me.
You put it on people that you don't know that have definitely watched you before.
Yes. Or people I haven't played very much with.
What if they're
It's
town and they just think they know how to read you and they don't and they're just getting lucky?
Then usually I'll be able to tell. But most people don't think that. It requires a really big ego to have that, which is, not impossible.
What do you do with people that call you scum every single game and like with the dumbest reasons?
Oh, like Storzerg? Yeah, I just ignore him, just pretend he's not there.
What
You fake
are
top
you
on
even talking about?
I'm just teasing.
Might call you scum initially, but usually, I don't know. At least when
I
we've been
was
town together,
teasing, Store
I've definitely
Zerg.
called you town before when we've both been in town,
I
and I
only
can
said
say,
that because you are here and I knew you
I
would blow
know,
up about it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. See,
But
that's the question you ask me about Phil, because Phil always calls me scum generally.
I do. The
And how do I deal
Mafia.
with that? I yell at
Yeah.
Phil and tell him stop throwing for town. And then I have to try and convince Phil. And then it's
And then you
wonderful when
play
Phil
top.
and then it's wonderful when Phil dies at night. Cause then it's like, what a satisfying relief. Cause see, if I die at night, Phil will just go, "Oh, I was wrong. Oh well,"
Oh well.
and then nothing will come of it.
To answer your earlier question, if there is someone who like always tunnels you, just ignore them. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. If you only need to convince half the town that you're not Mafia, in theory.
I
Reality,
feel like if you
75%.
ignore them, though, they'll be even more likely to continue tunneling you because they feel like you're just not responding to them.
Sure, but like people realize when other people are tunneling hard, and it's just like, dude, chill out. Also, like
Sometimes.
responding to other people's arguments against you is a good way to like help
Mm-hmm.
loosen the blow. Like what I did with Wave of Shadow here. Like if he posts again and says something against me, I probably will respond to it, even though like it's kind of useless because it's just
He
like
did.
Gonza's tunneling.
Did he?
He asked you to
Yeah.
comment on the VE conversation.
When I play with Chauncey, I feel like I'm always on the defensive because he tunnels the hell out of me the whole game, and I'm just
Well, see, that's where you just ignore Chomsy and say, "Guys, it's Chomsy, please."
And you formal him.
he formal him.
Now,
Yeah.
I guess you could, in some cases, you really could try and turn them or to convince them that you're town if you really enjoy their play, aka Phil.
Mm.
I mean, generally, whenever you tunnel on me, maybe not generally, but quite a lot. If I'm town, I'll try to convince you that I'm town because I want to work with you and catch the scum.
Okay, what's happening here? I haven't visited the thread in a little while because
Holy Flare asked to be subbed out, though he still decided to post. Even
okay,
after
I saw
saying
that part.
After 3 people voted him, he did that.
I saw your first post that you made today, Phil, and then went to go make some chicken.
Okay, so the main thing is that Gonza's kind of tunneling me, so I'm not really going to respond to him unless it's very apparent that I do. And like,
Okay.
if other people like Wave of Shadow like want me to say stuff, I definitely will respond. It's likely Gonza's going to keep tunneling me, and it's probably going to be hard to convince him, so I don't want to waste my time doing that.
He did. He made another post and said you didn't make sense.
That's cool. I will just. He wants to be that way. That's fine.
Man, way too many ornaments on my Christmas tree.
You've still got your Christmas tree up?
Yeah, I think that was about an hour ago.
Valentine's
Or
Day.
a month ago, not an hour ago.
The Valentine's tree.
Oh, are you talking crap about me?
No.
Valentine's Day is coming.
Well, no, we set our Christmas tree up like a week before Christmas, so
Shit.
that's our excuse why we kept it up so long. Because we're like, yeah,
I'm just.
and we're late. Well, and I was really busy for a couple weekends.
I don't care about having my Christmas tree up still.
Yeah.
Christmas was so long ago, dude. How do you still have your, like, what the hell? I'm sorry. I don't get it.
Wow, no, wow.
It's like a freaking month ago, dude. Like, do you just love the miracle of Christmas and you just can't bear to remove it from your life?
Christmas is the best thing
Oh,
ever.
it's more like was busy. let's see, like one weekend I took my bridge. One weekend I was at a
So
scout
didn't we
camp.
just teach this? She's only on Christmas. You have to just ignore her.
Oh fuck!
I'm voting Christmas.
So Wave of Shadow wanted me to respond to something, but I'm having trouble finding a reference point for it in the thread.
Is it bad to just like, ask him to link the what he's asking for, like link the post?
Wait, what?
Like if you to just like ask him to link it for you to what because you can't find what he's looking for.
Well, I did. The problem is, like, the conversation started here, but I
Oh.
think it starts here. That's what I was having a problem referencing. Said Gonza said something.
What's that?
It's the Magic School Bus.
Gonzo did reply to you.
Best school bus NA.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to respond to this guy too.
I am echoing. Where someone's echoing me.
So, Kidman asked me to differentiate between Austin and Prometheus, so I'm gonna find some good posts that Austin made that I think show that he's town. Just quote that.
Gonzo also asked you between Sandro and Marv if one of them was Mafia, which one it was.
That's a tough choice. Can I say both?
You probably wouldn't like that.
I hate when people ask you, like, between two people who's coming, and they're, like, completely unrelated to your current STEM targets.
Yep. Because doing that doesn't really accomplish anything.
It does if you're not saying anything about anybody else.
I suppose.
You have been.
It only accomplishes someone if you have like two townies arguing with each other, or like two suspicious townies arguing with each other. And it's just like, okay, let's say one of them is Mafia. Which one is it? If it's not two townies. And that stuff you could actually generate some good information. If you think a Mafia might be arguing with someone. But in general, just like picking two people and just being like, you know, if one of them is Mafia, which one is it? It's just like, what does that accomplish? It doesn't really give you anything. So I could answer like any way I want, and it could look okay. So you're not going to gain anything whether I'm town or Mafia. The only thing you're going to gain is if I'm town, you get what I really think. If I'm Mafia, you're just going to be misled. Okay, let's make sure. Oops. What? How did... I don't understand. Why?
Gonzo wants your head on a spike.
That's
It's
cool.
not gonna happen.
This actually happened in Aperture Mafia. He was calling me scum for like a good chunk of the game. By a good chunk of the game.
Well, then
I mean
he's
until I
probably. Wait,
died.
was he Mafia or Town that game?
He was
Were you
town.
Mafia?
He was town, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Were you Town?
Yeah, I was town.
Okay, so then there's an excellent theory that you guys are both Town this game.
It's true.
I feel like he expects a lot from you. Like from the very start of the game, he was just like, "Can't wait to play with Town Foolishness" or whatever. And when you didn't give like a long post that made him think you were super towny at first, he's just mad.
Should have just given him an autograph. Now he's gone crazy.
Send him one in the mail.
The latest Gonzo post is relevant to Austin, like your argument on Austin as well.
Should I read it?
I don't know. It's small. It just mentions how he doesn't like your reasoning on Austin, so it's a little relevant.
Well, if he doesn't like his reasoning, and Phil's about to write a reason on Austin, right?
Yeah, so it was relevant, is why I said it.
Well, no, Phil's writing a reason currently on Austin, right?
Yeah. That's why I just mentioned.
So, in case anyone is wondering, I always keep a tab open that's linked to the first page, or to the OP, just so I can easily click filters. And I always keep it up. And the other reason I always keep it up is because if the setup is weird, there's going to be like a post here that has a bunch of rules about the roles and their interaction. And I just keep the tab up just so I can refer to it easily.
I usually have like 20 tabs open.
Yeah, I hate having
Tabs
lots of
I
tabs
forget
open,
about.
so I try to keep it
Yeah, me too.
organized.
It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I'm pretty sure the other day when I was doing this, I had like 10 tabs open.